Hello, hello. I am Safrianna Luna, the Queer Spirit Guide, and I am so delighted to join you on my birthday to celebrate this new moon and just move some energy, get into things, and to be together in community all over the world. So, whether you are watching this live or in the replay, know that I am holding you in the utmost love and the highest integrity of energy. And I hope that you can receive something from this experience this evening. So, I am going to just go over some logistics, then we'll start chatting a little bit, and then we'll get into some ceremony. So, for this, if this is your first time joining me, I recommend that you have a pen, a notebook. If you want something to clear your own energy, you are more than welcome to do that. Grab yourself a smoke cleansing bundle or a mister or even like little ting tings. It's up to you, whatever you want to do, whatever works for you. And basically, what we're going to be doing is my signature process. We do this every ceremony to really create and ground in some stability and some just knowingness of what is to come, which is that we're going to set some intentions. We're going to clear some energy. We will do a guided visualization. And then we will wrap up with some card pulls. So tonight's full moon or new moon rather is in Gemini, and like I said, it's my birthday. It is the Klaxon Portal opening, which will be open for the next 12 days. It just feels like there is this major convergence of energies that is happening today, and that's really exciting. I love the fact that this portal, this Klaxon portal, is falling on a new moon. It really just opens up to me this phase ahead, the next 12 to 14 days, as really a time of deepening our relationship to our voice and what's important for us to say out into the world. So that's what's really coming through for me. But I invite you to kind of sit with what this symbolism is bringing forward for you at this point in time as we get into setting some intentions and whatnot. So, I have been reading my dear friend Tamara Child's energy updates recently. You can go to tamarachilds.com to get signed up for her stuff. I really highly recommend it. But I'm just going to start us off today by reading her energy update because we are a new moon in Gemini 16 degrees. So she writes, there is now a stellium in Gemini, dualistic sign of the twins. We are going in multiple directions at once, majorly activated by this new moon at 16 degrees on June 6th. With Jupiter, Mercury, Venus, Sun, and Moon in Gemini, we are definitely having a party in our Gemini sector. Gemini can be like the comic strip of life, much talking, cartoon after cartoon, commentary on this, that, and the other of life observation. The town crier, social media galore, much restless abandon, many ideas swirling. What grounds this swell of ideas and verbal expression? Saturn in Pisces, slowing down the swirl so we can dig into the things that matter. Pluto in Aquarius, adding darkness and underworld depth to the chatty perceptions that Gemini brings. This trine with Pluto brings substance and growth to our perceptions and activities. The new moon is also conjunct Venus, bringing a wonderful influx of good vibes. The new moon is an empowering one. It holds the helium balloons in formation, grounded to something with roots, making a lovely tree bouquet or something similar. It's an important time for fixed signs and mutables. Galvanizing your impulses into reality that makes you feel whole, gives your life meaning, and helps you grow into the next best version of yourself. How are you feeling this energy? So, I really love this idea of us honing in on our impulses and what gives our life meaning, what helps us grow into the next version of ourselves. I see there being a real overlap here with what we need to process when it comes to the intersection between our impulse and meaning making and growing into that next version. And I can't help but notice that there is this trend right now, just looking back on our last moon ceremony, that we're being called right now to ask what really is true for us, what is really important to us, what actually matters, right? So, what actually matters to you? And how do you bring more attention to what matters to you. So maybe your intention for this ceremony has something to do with that. Maybe tuning into, um, you know, what really matters to you and how you can bring that to the forefront. And maybe this new moon, you want to set an intention around how you show up in relationship with people, that chatty side, that social side. How do you want to bring that forward more? But I'm going to invite us to just get into setting some intentions right now. So, of course, I'm going to be writing my intention down as well. But what do you intend? I intend for myself over the next 2 weeks. I intend for myself during this moon cycle, this month, during this portal. What do you intend for yourself? What do you want to see be brought to light over the coming days? So, you might want to write that down. You're welcome to share it in the comments. What matters to me right now is really like allowing my energy to replenish. Yeah, Miss Baby. I think Miss Baby agrees with that. I was on a call earlier, and I have an animal intuitive friend, Alicia Sweezer, and she's like, Miss Baby wants you to relax more. Like, yeah, I'm sure she does. So my intention for the moon phase ahead is to rest and allow my energy to replenish. What that looks like for me, I'm sure will come through more in the visualizations today. But again, whatever your intention is, I'm holding that with you. And as we get into the energy clearing here, I'm just going to be clearing on behalf of the collective, on behalf of you, on behalf of me, anything that's ready to go that might block us or get in the way from us actually meeting our intentions. So, which smoke cleansing bundle is speaking to me? I think this one. Just a little guy. So just take a nice deep breath here. Eyes can be opened or closed as we move into releasing. You might still be digesting your intention a little bit, trying to figure out quite what that is. If so, that is totally fine. But we're going to clear away any energy that gets in the way of you achieving your dreams, of moving towards your goals with just absolute clarity and focus. We're clearing away anything that's ready to go, anything physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, that is blocking you from stepping forward into the full truth of who you are and what you came here to be. Not necessarily even to do, but to be. How you show up in relationships, how you communicate your ideas, all of this you have inherently within you. You know the answers to your greatest questions. So we're just clearing away anything that keeps you from accessing that higher self, accessing that inner wisdom, anything that holds you back from pursuing whatever your intention is, just allowing that to gently release and clear here. And you might focus on the exhale, allowing the exhale to just release anything that does not belong to you, anything that no longer serves. Releasing, releasing, releasing. Just this gentle letting go. You don't have to carry all the heavy things forever. Allowing yourself to learn the lessons, integrate them, and move on. So just take a minute to land here. And you might wiggle the fingers and toes. You might shake the shoulders out. Just kind of get any sticky, stagnant, stuck energy out of the body a little bit more. I'm getting this huge swell of collective energy around the need to release. And I don't know why this is coming through so strong right now, but to release the connections that no longer honor who we are and how we show up in the world. That those sort of cords are being gently untangled by spirit right now so that each of us can move forward with choice and clarity on our circles, our social circles, on who we're meant to be around, who lights us up, who supports us, and that any of those threads they're really just pulling, like they're pulling from us, or they're just like knotted in there and they're blocking us up, that we are gently undoing those so that we can really weave this picture that is authentic to ourselves, authentic to who we are, and again, what we came here to be. So we're going to move into a time of visualization. I'm going to take a little sip of my fancy birthday drink here. We're going to move into a time of visualization. You can have your eyes opened or closed for this. You can journal, you can draw, you can do whatever you need to do. You can dance, you can move. There may or may not be light language that comes through. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. If you hear me speaking in a non-English language, this is just me channeling energy activations or clearing via vibration and sound. So take it or leave it if it does come through, if it speaks to you. And otherwise, you do you. So we're going to go ahead and drop in. So I always invite us to just begin by breathing here. Again, eyes can be opened or closed. But just breathing and sensing here yourself in this present moment. Feel yourself scanning from head to toe, from your scalp all the way down to the tips of your toes, encompassing the entirety of your body, feeling the you of this present moment. You might feel your auric field a little bit, the energy that surrounds you. You might feel the breath flowing through you. Just again, being aware of the package of you right here, right now. And then from here, we'll gently drop down from the thinking mind, the head, down into the heart space, where we'll continue to just gently breathe for a few moments. And as you breathe, a beautiful portal opens before you from within your heart space. A portal looking out over a serene nature scene, a place where you can find yourself feeling at home, calm. So just seeing that place and allowing yourself in your own time and way to move through the portal into this beautiful nature scene and begin to orient to this setting, whether it's a beach or a forest, a mountain, outer space, just witnessing the beauty of nature all around you. And just find yourself sort of meandering, wandering. There's this airy quality about Gemini. You might notice the dark moon overhead, or you might completely not see it, depending on the time of day you find yourself in. But know that this Gemini new moon is watching over you, grandmother moon, in the face of Gemini. Really inviting you to be aware of duality here in this present moment. The duality of night and day, the duality of new moon and full moon, of nature, and of all the things humanity has created that are no longer quite of nature. This dual state of living that we exist in, that Gemini really highlights, teaches, shows us. Just being aware of your own duality, where you might exist on your own extremes. All of this coming and going as you wander, as you just make your way through nature, feeling your feet on the ground, breathing the air, sensing, looking up at the sky, just taking it all in. And as you meander, you find yourself suddenly drawn to a standing mirror, a full length mirror. You make your way to it. You can see yourself head to toe in this full length mirror. And take a moment to notice, do you look like you do exactly here right now? Or is what you see in the mirror a past or future version of yourself? Getting curious as to who, what version of you is here to greet you in the mirror in this present moment. And take some time to really look into your eyes, to see your twin standing before you, to begin to understand that you are both the you standing in front of the mirror and the you that you see in the mirror. You are existing multidimensionally. You are existing across many timelines and lifetimes. You are existing here and now in the past, the present, and the future. So as you stand on the precipice of this moment, what version of you needs your attention? What message do they have to share with you? Take some moments in the silence to connect with this version of you in the mirror and see what it is that you need to receive from yourself. And just being with this moment, whether it's a message from the past, from you right now, from you in the future. If it's hard to tell, if there's no message at all other than just meeting your eyes, being here with yourself fully, knowing that you are receiving your own medicine, that you are being drawn deeper into the mysteries of your own soul, that you are being given the opportunity to connect with yourself, your higher self, your multidimensional self. And you are perfect exactly as you are. And it may be uncomfortable to witness yourself. Maybe you've never looked at you before fully. Maybe it's not something that you're in the habit of. But this Gemini new moon, this energy that's about, really, really wants you to go deeper, deeper with yourself, more thoughtful, more curious, more willing to get to know. There are so many secrets that yet remain within you, and they're ready to be explored. Some of them are rising to the surface, perhaps old parts forgotten or new dreams coming in, calling to you. All of this for you, all of this from you, from your beautiful cosmic design, from your connection with the cosmos, with the divine, however you see it. But just witnessing this you of this moment, and the you standing in front of the mirror. And now seeing, sensing, feeling this multi-dimensional you stepping out of the mirror to greet you, to meld into you, to combine with you, to become something greater, some seed of yourself planted. your own power, just amplifying as you connect with this cosmic twin of yourself. Understanding that they are here for you, they are you, and yet they represent a part of Source that shows you that there is this greater connection to something more whole, more complete, more universal, more unified than just you. You are you, and you are the universe. You are the great I am. You are everything. And so just being with this mirrored self as it merges, and the mirror before you fades away, sinks into the ground, melts, transforms, however this mirror symbolically vanishes, leaving you once more whole standing in this beautiful nature scene. And perhaps you bring hands to heart center if it feels good to do so, either within the mind's eye or physically, or both. To take a moment to connect with yourself, going back to this dual nature that you exist in spectrums, you exist ever changing, ebbing and flowing from one extreme to the other, knowing that you have the dark and the light, that you have the masculine and the feminine, that you have the sun and the moon, that you have a physical beingness, a body, and a mind, emotion, and energy, a spirit. You are all of these things and more. Honoring your complexity, honoring your truth, honoring that the journey is ever unfolding, changing, and that you, as you move forward, will get to know yourself again and again and again in new forms each time. And that if you were to stand before the same mirror again, a week from now, a year from now, 10 years from now, that you would be different. Even 10 minutes from now, you would be different, always changing. But that you get to integrate every version of yourself as you meet them along the journey. And every version of you is worth knowing and loving. So taking a moment here to just connect with past, present, and future you, collectively knowing and understanding that the only you that really exists is here and now in the present conscious awareness. And yet every you of the past and every you of the future always also exists here and now. Just trusting the path before you, trusting this moment, trusting the wisdom, trusting the images that are coming in. That is what we're being called into, is a higher level of self-trust and integrity. A deeper and more meaningful relationship with our multidimensional selves, with the shadow and the light, with the conscious and the unconscious. So just breathe yourself back in here. And just feeling called to give a fusion of love here, just pouring absolute unconditional love from Source into you. Beloved, you are so divine, whether you realize it or not. You are so worthy, so needed here and now on this planet, in this space and time. You are beyond loved, safe and supported. And everything that is meant for you will find you. Nothing that is meant for you will pass you by. So just trust and play and go forth in the utmost love for yourself and for others, and continue to allow this journey of love to unfold. And if you feel like you are standing on a cliff edge, you're not sure, you're not certain, know that it's okay to sit down and take a breather, take a break, and see if you can gently come back into more love. Return to that source of love that is all. And just be, knowing the answers will come. So just breathe again here. If hands are physically at heart center, you can keep them there or relax the arms. We'll just breathe gently as we find our way, meandering back to the portal of the heart, knowing that we are carrying the seed of our entire selves, our higher selves, our multidimensional past, present, future within our heart space. That we can connect with ourselves anytime. We can drop in anytime. So finding your way to that portal, offering gratitude for yourself for showing up, to others in the collective for showing up for themselves, gratitude to the inner realms, to the reality of our multidimensionality. And then stepping back through the portal in your own time and way, coming back fully into the body. You might wiggle the fingers or toes. If the eyes are closed, blinking them open in your own time. Always interesting what comes through. So if there's anything that you would like to share, please feel free. If there's anything you want to write down, jot it down in your journal. And I'm going to pull some cards for the collective here. So, this Gemini new moon, like I said, there's a duality here that is really present collectively right now. We're acknowledging the shadow and the light more than we perhaps ever have been before. And in that, there can be a lot of resistance, right? Acknowledging the shadow. We're like, oh, I don't want to see that. I don't want to feel that. But the dark twin is just as important as the light twin. That side of the spectrum is just as important for finding wisdom, for achieving goals, for connecting in relationships. It's not something that we want to avoid. All right. Do we only want 2 cards today? Is that the Gemini that's happening here? It is. All right. So the message for this new moon in Gemini is the lady. And the lady, I love this because we have the lady and then we have the heart guardian. And so we have 2 soft feminine energies here. And often the Gemini twins are depicted as 2 women. So I just find that interesting. But the lady is representing more of the earthly, grounded, walking here on the planet side of things. And the heart guardian is representing more of the multidimension, the 5th dimension, the cosmic team, the unseen, the shadow even. So the lady is here teaching us that it's time for us to enjoy the growth and reap the rewards. I can't help but, of course, notice that seasonally where I'm at in the Northern Hemisphere, things are in full bloom. We're actually getting things out of our garden and being able to eat them, right? So there is this tangible enjoying growth and reaping rewards. So of course there's that seasonally, but there is a deeper message here that it's time to kind of call on the gifts that we've been cultivating over the last, I'm getting like 3 to 6 months, and to really integrate that, really ground it into ourselves. Because again, I really see the lady as representing more of this physical, what's happening here on the ground. So enjoy your life. whatever you have brought to yourself, whatever you've manifested, whatever circumstances that you're in right now, find gratitude and joy and enjoy the growth that has already occurred, knowing that things are going to continue to grow. That is the message there. And then the heart guardian, a beautiful companion to this, she is encouraging us to not only love, but allow ourselves to be loved. And I go back to that image that was coming through right at the end of um, that visualization of just offering ourselves gratitude for doing the work, but also to everyone else for showing up to do the work, because we're in this together. And in allowing ourselves to be loved and loving ourselves, we help others love themselves, and we teach them that self love is possible. And so it is bi-directional, right? It's constantly, the more I love myself and the more I see others loving themselves around me, the more I love myself and the more they love themselves. And it's this like ripple effect, this ping ponging of just more and more love. And that is what I'm here to cultivate. So, and there's just such beautiful tenderness in this. And so the other part that I was saying is this really seems to be that spiritual team, the cosmos, the unseen realms. The heart guardian is this angelic energy here to support us, to cheer us on, to lead us into a new way of life. And we do that by being grounded here on earth right now and enjoying the life that we're cultivating. So, love yourself, love others, love the life that you're building, and trust the process. That is the message I have for today. So, thank you, whether you joined me live or you caught the replay, for celebrating this new moon. Thank you for all of the birthday wishes. I've gotten like hundreds of birthday wishes on social media today, and I can't keep up with it all. So, thank you, thank you. And many blessings to you. I am holding in all of my Gemini energy, since I am hardcore Gemini energy, this duality, this multidimensionality, and seeing the beauty in every layer of you and who you are and how you do and be in the world. So I know that I'm cheering you on, and I am here if you need support. I am one message away, and there's always the Living Lunas community if you want to come hang out. So I will see you back here again for a full moon ceremony, which will be falling sometime in just a few weeks. Let me just confirm that for you all. It is a Friday. I'll probably be here on a Friday. So we'll return for a. Oh, actually, no, I'm traveling that day. So we'll probably do the full moon a day early and do that on a Thursday, which actually is actual summer solstice, because the summer solstice is coming a day early this year because of stuff. Read an article on it earlier. So we will celebrate midsummer and a beautiful full moon that will be in Capricorn, but we'll celebrate it a little bit early and get into some of that stable, grounded energy. So I can't wait to meet you then. Let me know how I can serve you in the meantime. And until next time.